starting early. The dam's supposed to leave. Actually, it's not very early. It's like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I way overslept. But we got a fuel gauge built for this thing last night, so I'll have to show you that later. Mazda still isn't happy. This is, I took it apart last night, pulled it off and pulled it apart, and this is how it came out. I don't know what's wrong. I'm kind of stumped. I figured it out. If you look really closely in here, the front of that one has a hole. That one's plugged with rust. So that's the return hole, I imagine, and that's why my fluid's not returning into the cylinder. Hopefully that's our fix. Alright, I went ahead and honed it out again. I want to see if I can get the perfect shot in there. Most of the rust is gone. Not perfect, but it should work. Got it filled up with some fluid, bolted back on. Nice and free. What a weird feeling. I think I have some bleeding to do. That's a good sign. Alright, let's crack the bleeders out and see what happens. So we got the seats mostly bolted in. I need somebody to help me with the under the car ones, but both of them are in. Got her cleaned out a little bit. Pulled off every wheel because we gotta Loctite the spacers. Also, we had that flat tire, so we're gonna have these ones tossed on there. I'm gonna change them in a pair. And then I picked, where was it? I picked this wheel to go on the back because of that. This thing is bent, so that one's gonna go on the back. This one's gonna go on the back. That's the flat one. Put those on it. I think they're the same size. Bleed the brakes. The local shop is gonna hook us up and put our tires on for us. So Henry's helping out. Oh look, you got a monster truck.
Wow, there you go.
Thank you so much. Man, these people are nice. Yeah, tires.
We'll take care of them.
We got our brake fluid. Synthetic heavy duty. Yeah, whatever. It's the dots stuff. Copyrights. Tires are dropped off. And they said they would give us a call, so I kind of guess we're at their mercy now, but we're going to go back, bleed some brakes, do the wheel spacers, like, you know, torquilate them and put some snot stuff on them and make them hopefully stay. Got the seats bolted in. What else? I don't know. We need to start focusing on electronicals. Start looking into, I want to figure out what that misfire is. I have a feeling it has something to do with the ignition, because the fuel side seems to be pretty squared away. It's carbureted. It does its thing. So yeah, I gotta find a box of, I have a bunch of ignition things for Toyotas around I gotta find. And then figure out, like, get the fuel gauge working, coolant temp, might as well throw an oil pressure on her, why not? And then get the, like, maybe get the tach working. The speedo already works. I don't know how accurate it'll be, but it works. And that should be it. So, tunes, get some music in there. I need a cigarette lighter port. I gotta get the USBs. You can brake check me. I gotta get the USBs in there. And then pack. Alright. I'm gonna run you through the process of how I do wheel spacers. So, you want some sort of thread goo, preferably the red flavor. All I got right now is blue, but anything's better than nothing. Usually they just kind of rust on there, but whatever. So you dab a little of that on there, slide the spacer on, put your lug nuts in. Oh man, that one's gone. Turn and turn and turn. Alright, then you're going to need a pry bar. And then you kind of wedge it like that. You get your torque wrench. Set it at 100 foot-pounds, at least for this situation. Every car is different. It usually depends on your lug nut size. This one I don't have to do the clicks because I can hear them. There we go. Torqued. Loctited. Now we gotta go pick up the tires. Oh, there they are. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Then tires.
Yep.
All right.
Hopefully they work. And this one, remember, we had a slow leak one time,
Oh, cool.
and Fix-A-Flat fixed it. The razor blade ended up inside the tire. And that one's still good. Didn't plug before. Henry says they check out. We're in like northern-ish Arizona, Rask's Auto and Rimrock that hooked us up. Alright, time to go install them. 6 o'clock. I'm like about ready to leave. She's on the ground. Almost everything's working. But I gotta get going. I gotta test drive it, pack up. I'll go over all the stuff we did later. So, yeah, here we go. Welcome back. It's about 9 a.m. the day after I'm supposed to leave. The car was all packed up, and I went on a test drive. I lost headlights within minutes, so I decided to just call it. It was about 7:30 at night, and I didn't want to drive this at night. So yeah, here we are. We're a day late. The show doesn't start until tomorrow anyways, so I kind of had that day in there as a buffer. But yeah, here we are. The car's pretty much packed up. I'm just getting through some last ends. I want to get some music in here just so I can keep some sanity. We got her tuned up, timed. We have barely any working gauges. We're gonna have to kind of struggle through an electrical issue on the way there. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but we should be able to figure it out. So yeah, we'll get this radio wired in and then off to the first auto parts store. The final touches. We got a radio. This is the fuel gauge I built. I wanted to show you before I wrapped it all up in ugly ass tape. But there's the fuel gauge. I don't even know if it's gonna work yet. Now look at that. It's upside down. So, we just filled up. We put 11.6 gallons in it. The fuel gauge works intermittently. That's interesting. I don't know why it's blinking. Maybe it's overheating. Alright, so on to the auto parts store.